You know that feeling, right? You've got an idea, a story, something you just have to get out. But then this little voice in your head pops up and tells you it's not good enough. Well, today we're going to talk about that. We're diving into this amazing piece by a writer named Salima that gives us a super simple and honestly liberating way to look at creating.
It all kicked off with this one sentence. Oof. I mean, it just hits you right in the gut, doesn't it? It's this raw, honest feeling about a friendship, about disappointment, and it feels so personal, but at the same time, we've all been there.
You felt that, right? I know I have. And that's the magic of just putting a real human feeling into words. It cuts through all the noise and makes you feel seen, even if it's from a total stranger. So this line, it actually came from a newsletter Salima was reading. It was just a simple story about friendships, but told with this incredible wit and honesty. And right away, there was this spark, this immediate connection. I mean, think about that for a second. These two people are from totally different countries. They've never met, but just through a few honest paragraphs, one of them feels this instant bond. That connection just happened through words on a screen. And boom, that's the light bulb moment. The whole act of creating something and connecting with people, it's not some big, mystical, complicated thing. It's actually as simple as sharing something real. Okay, but if it's so simple, why do so many of us freeze up? Well, it's because we build this massive wall in our minds. We convince ourselves that creating is for someone else, someone special. We tell ourselves this big, complicated lie. On one hand, you've got the lie we tell ourselves, that creating is some elite club, for the super gifted or the people who have a way with words. But the truth? The truth is that the door is wide open. If you have that itch to share something, that's it. That's all the qualification you need. Okay, so you get past that first hurdle. You accept that you can do this. But then the next fear creeps in, right? But will anyone even care? Well, the answer to that is a huge emphatic yes. And look, the source makes a really intense point here to prove this. People are so fundamentally driven to connect, to feel like they're not alone, that audiences will literally form around anything. The drive is that powerful. So if people can find a connection in these really dark corners, then you better believe there is an audience waiting for your story, for your perspective. And this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? If people are out there actively searching for something to connect with, why are you keeping your voice quiet? Chances are, the only thing really stopping you is that chatter happening inside your own head. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about how to win that internal battle. Because let's be real, the second you decide to put something out there, that storm of doubts, it's going to show up. It always does. And it's not really your fault. Our brains are literally wired to do this. They're designed to keep us safe, and putting yourself out there feels risky. So, to protect you, your mind just starts throwing up all these roadblocks. First up is the classic imposter syndrome, that little voice that's like, who do you think you are to be talking about this? Then the self-doubt kicks in. You start rereading everything, convinced it's all just a jumbled mess and nobody's going to get it. And finally, the knockout punch. The fear that you're just going to pour your heart out into the void and be met with crickets. But there is a really powerful way to shut all of this down. This right here is your shield. It's a simple, firm answer to all that noise because it totally reframes why you're doing this in the first place. You're not doing it for them, you're doing it for you. You've got to adopt this me-first mindset. And it's not about being selfish. It's about seeing your own work as a tool for yourself. You get to grow from it, you can heal from it, you can remind yourself of who you are. When you're your own #1 fan, you literally can't lose. And this is the real game changer. When other people connect with what you made, that's not the main prize. It's just a beautiful bonus. It takes all the pressure off. If some people don't get it, who cares? That's fine. It wasn't for them anyway. Okay, so let's boil all this down to the simplest possible first step. Let's just strip away all the nonsense and the lies we've been telling ourselves. First, let's be super clear about what we're leaving behind. Creating is not some exclusive club. It's not a competition to be perfect. And it is absolutely not about trying to sound like somebody else. Your voice is the whole point. The process itself is as basic as it gets. It's not some kind of mysterious art. It's just arithmetic. 1 + 1 = 2. It's the simple act of just doing it. So here it is, the whole strategy. 3 steps. 1. Feel that little pull inside you that wants to share something. Don't ignore it. 2. Just sit down and start typing. And 3. Be honest. Pour what's really inside you onto the screen.
And you know what? Forget the likes. Forget what the experts say. Forget the inner critic. That simple, honest act of getting something from inside you out into the world, that's it. That is all that matters. And that really just leaves one thing. The question isn't if you should create or how you should do it anymore. The only question left is, what story will you tell?